Welcome to Weekend Workout, a 20 to 30 minute Pilates and yoga inspired workout. One of my friends contacted me this week and said she wanted some tips for flatter abs. So this is for her, this is for anybody who is looking for flatter abs, but especially some moms. You've had kids, you've gotten older, and now you're trying to work on training your waist to be smaller. And so we're going to do some exercises for that. Okay, first off, the number one thing I would like to stress is that these exercises that we do, okay, any exercises that you do anywhere, that is so great what you're doing, and you're strengthening muscles, and I'm hoping that you're paying attention to what you're doing. But the goal always is to be able to take what you've done and then translate it to your standing posture. So even though we're going to be working a lot on the floor, our goal is to translate that to our standing and our sitting posture. Because as we all know, when we lay down, gravity helps us, helps our abs come down toward the spine, helps everything kind of compress and look thinner. And that would be so lovely if we all greeted each other that way. However, we don't. And when you stand up, gravity is working against you. And if your muscles in the abdomen and your core aren't strong enough to help hold your organs in your body cavity, it is going to give you the appearance of having some extra pudge or some cushiness. So keep that in mind as we're doing this, that our goal really, while we're doing these exercises to strengthen, our goal is to then take that strength and translate it to our upright standing and sitting posture. So let's begin. Let's come onto our backs. Feet are going to be in line with the sits bones. Arms are by the side. Head is in neutral. So the number one thing we want to work on for flatter abs is getting our goal posture, okay? So in Pilates, I've gone over the posture. Let's check the hips. You're going to connect the pointer fingers. You're going to connect the thumbs. Palms of the hands go to the hips. Fingertips go to the pubis. And you look on up. You want them to be in the same plane. All right, then you release your hands, let them come up to your rib cage. Feel the natural angle of your rib cage. My rib cage is pointed up just a little bit right now. So I'm gonna find some length here, trying to leave my pelvis alone. Find some length. I wanna find these muscles on the front of the rib cage to engage, to draw the ribs down. Now as I do this, I feel some light abdominal work happening. Guys, don't grip it. Don't grab with 100% of what you got. That is not going to help you. That will hurt. You should be operating at maybe 50%, so you can feel that muscles are working, but you're not really grabbed. You're not locked down. Your body can still move. All right, so next up, shoulder blades on the back. Head is in neutral. We've got this nice neutral position. We're going to do imprint to warm up. Inhale into the sides of the ribs. And exhale. Belly button drives toward the spine. Inhale back to neutral. Good, let's do some of these. And guys, if you're wanting specifics on imprint, I've done a video. If you're finding me through YouTube, I have a YouTube video on doing imprint. If you're finding this through my website, www.custompilatesandyoga.com, then I will reference the article that I wrote about doing imprint, which will also have a link to the video. And back to neutral. Now we're going to do hip release. Once again, we're challenging the ability of the muscles to hold us in neutral position. Everything's nice and flat, and by that same token, especially when I exhale, I'm thinking of drawing my muscles in toward my spine to help hold everything in. So hip release, right leg will go first. Inhale, you want to make sure the pelvis stays level. Inhale, the knee opens, the leg slides. Exhale, rotate and bend. If you have a very grippy mat, your foot might hop, hop, hop on the way out just fine. Don't let it hover. That hovering is not going to give you the help that you're looking for. And switch directions. slide and rotate. Exhale, bend the knee and come up. Inhale, slide, rotate. Exhale, bend and up. Inhale, slide, rotate. Exhale, bend and up. And if you notice, I've got one hand working. I've got my thumb up on my ribs to make sure they don't open up. I've got my pinky finger down on my hips to make sure that they are level. Left side, here we go. Inhale, open, slide, exhale, rotate, and bend. Inhale, open, slide, exhale, rotate, and bend. Inhale, open, slide, exhale, rotate, and bend. Switch directions. Inhale, slide, rotate, exhale, bend, and up. Slide, rotate, exhale, bend, and up. Inhale, slide, rotate, exhale, bend, and up. Very good. Arms now. Arms reach up, palms face each other. And I have done a video on arm reaches too. You can find it in the same ways as you can find your imprint video. So for arm reaches, really make sure, double check that those ribs are angled down toward the hips. We're going to hold that rib cage solid. Here we go. Inhale, the arms hinge away. Exhale, they come back up. Inhale away. And exhale up. And as you're breathing here, think about filling your rib cage three-dimensionally with air. Okay, so we're breathing into the back of the ribs, we're breathing into the sides, and a little bit into the front. The front part's the easy part. The back part and the sides, that's some work right there. And also think about, you inhale, the rib cage expands, you exhale, use those muscles to contract and draw the ribs back in. All right, next up, we're going to do the Pilates standard move, the 100. So we're in a neutral position right here. I've talked about this in other weekend workouts. I'm going to go through it anyway. If you are new to doing the 100, maybe lift your legs, leave your upper body down, or you can keep your legs down. You can lift your upper body up. I always prefer people keep neutral spine. Okay, instead of going into imprint, like is sometimes cute, I prefer people stay in neutral because I really hope that when you're up, walking around doing things, you are not tucking your pelvis under. Okay, so here in this ab work, my goal is to give you exercises that can translate to when you're standing. So just like that, we are not going to tuck the pelvis under because that would give you sacrum pain if you were standing. Okay, so neutral pelvis. Everybody who is familiar with the 100 will know how to move on. For those who are new, I'll tell you though, legs lift, head nod, lifting up, legs can reach out and lower, however you want to do. If you find that your back is starting to arch up, those legs are becoming too heavy, I want you to start bringing your legs up toward the ceiling. Okay, that's going to help keep the low back safe. So here we go for the 100. Find your very best neutral position with broad collarbones. Inhale into the sides of the ribs to lift one leg up to tabletop and then the other. Take a moment, check with your hands. Feel that your abdomen is compressed down toward your spine. Head nod. Exhale, the rib cage pivots to lift up. Make sure those abs are still down toward your spine, that something didn't let go, and now you've got a peak. And the legs reach out. Here we go. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Squeeze the inner thighs. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, bend the knees. Upper body lowers. Exhale, set one foot down and the other. Very good. Let's make our way onto our hands and knees. Hands are going to be under the shoulders. Knees are going to be under the hips. We're going to warm up a little bit with some cat stretch. Now, anything that you do on your hands and knees is going to be a great challenge. You think about it. When we were on our back, gravity was helping us to let the abdominals drop toward the spine, creating sort of that thinner, trimmer physique. Now here we are on our hands and knees. Things are not going to be so flattering. In fact, quite the opposite. We're going to be having gravity working against us. And it's going to be more likely that the abdominals are going to, I'll say, droop toward the floor. Okay, so super abdominal work right here. We are going to have the hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. We're going to do a cat stretch, okay? We're working on spinal articulation here. We're working on the ability to draw the abdominals up toward the spine, working against gravity. Inhale to lift the abdominals toward the spine without changing the shape of your spine. Exhale, tilt the pelvis and roll up one vertebrae at a time until your head finishes at the end. Inhale here into a nice stretch. Exhale, rotate your pelvis out, one vertebrae at a time. Come back to a nice long line. Your head finishes at the end. Now make sure you're not sunken into your shoulders. Make sure you did not let your tailbone go. Make sure you did not let your belly drop toward the floor. Push the floor away so the shoulders are on the back. Draw the belly button toward the spine. Inhale here. Exhale, tilt the pelvis, rolling up. Inhale. Now let's come out head first. Exhale, head comes out. And we're working the obliques in a different way. Inhale. Exhale, head drops. And you roll up. Inhale. Exhale, head comes out. One more. Inhale. Exhale, head drops, rolling up. Inhale here. Exhale, lead from the pelvis this time to come back out. Very good. All right, so our next exercise we're going to do is on our hands and knees. Take a moment, if you need, to stretch your wrists. I know that that can be very uncomfortable, especially in this world we live in, where we encourage that carpal tunnel to close. When we do things like cat stretch or plank, anything where we're on our hands and knees, I know it causes some issues for some folks. Okay, so hands are under the shoulders, knees are under the hips. We're going to do sunburn. So really, think of drawing the abdominals up toward the spine. Let's send the left leg out behind us and lift that leg with a pointed foot. Keep that lift from the belly button as you reach your arm out in front of you with the palm facing your midline. Hold here and breathe. And lower. All right, find your weight centered. Belly button draws up toward the spine. Push away the floor. Right leg reaches behind you and the right leg lifts. And it doesn't really matter how high it lifts, but it should not come up above your hip, okay? Left arm reaches out and it comes on up. Now really lift from the belly button. We've got core work happening here. And breathe. and lower. Good, we'll do one more on each side. Low belly lifts, push away the floor, re-engage. Send that left leg back, let it float up. Find the inner thigh. Inner thigh and the abdominals often work together. Right arm lifts. And lower down. Last time. Press the floor away, low belly toward the spine. Right leg reaches behind you. Lift it up. Left arm lifts. Okay, and lower down. Let's take a seat. We're going to sit with our legs crossed, nice and tall. I want you to take a moment, use your hands to move any of the tissue out of the way that you might need. Now we're going to do a twist here to get ourselves warmed up. Let's inhale, the arm up, lift up nice and tall. Now I want you to imagine a barbershop pole and how it spirals upwards. Spiral upwards to rotate and let your arm come down. Hold here and breathe. And in this position, draw the abdominals in toward the spine. You spiral up, 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 making you thinner and thinner. Good, inhale, and exhale, back to center. Nice and lifted, let's reach the arm up. Lifting up at the hips, drawing the belly button toward the spine when we twist, and the arm lowers down. Good. And rotate back to center. Okay, let's come on to our stomachs. Now, just like it was a challenge to lift the abdominals up toward the spine when we were on our hands and knees, it is also going to be a challenge to lift the low belly up off the floor toward our spine. But we know through our work on core strength that in order to have a strong core, you must have strong back muscles and posterior. So we're going to do a little cobra preparation here. Hands are on either side of the chest, elbows are in toward the midline. Legs can be close, touching, squeezing together, or you can put a little bit of distance between them. If you have issues with your sacrum, which is your tailbone, keep a little bit of space there. Okay, so hands are on either side of your chest. Run your hands out on about 45-degree angles and raise up onto the fingertips. Now, roll the right shoulder blade onto your back. Roll the left shoulder blade onto your back. Press in through your big toes. Inhale to lift your low belly up and let your chest forward. And exhale, lower. Leave your hands right there. Now as you come forward, you want your sternum or your breastbone to be rotating toward the wall in front of you. Okay? Roll one shoulder blade onto your back. Roll the other shoulder blade onto your back. Have them locked down away from your ears. Press into your big toes. Inhale, the low belly up toward the spine and your chest forward. and let's come on to our backs. These next couple of exercises are pretty standard in Pilates, so if you've been doing Pilates a while, you've maybe done them. Get yourself in a nice neutral position. Inhale, lift one leg up to tabletop. Exhale, lift the other leg up. Now, if you've been doing Pilates for a while, if you feel strong enough, inhale into the sides of the ribs, tuck the chin. Exhale, the rib cage lifts, and you can feel with your hand to make sure your belly didn't just stick out. Now, we're going to do some bicycles from here. You can do them from tabletop, reaching a leg out. Today, though, we're going to let the knee come in toward us and then reach, because I think it provides a nice hip flexor release, okay? So here we go. Inhale, exhale. And I'm stopping at tabletop, and then I reach and stop and reach. No rocking back and forth on the pelvis. Good. Now reach the legs straight up toward the ceiling. We're going to do some scissors. If there were a time where you should find imprint with your back, this is a good one. Inhale here, exhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, exhale. Now the goal with this is that your legs move evenly, that you don't have your bottom leg drop toward the ground and your front leg barely move toward your face. If your neck gets tight when you do these, if you feel like your neck is getting sore, pick a direction, look one way, and look the other. Just turn your head back and forth. Sometimes giving your head something to do will help keep those neck muscles out of your ab work. Good. And bend the knees, lower the upper body, set one foot down and the other. All right. Take your feet as wide as your mat, or wider than your hips if you're not on a mat. Nice neutral pelvis. We're going to let the knees drop over to the left. We're going to let the arms drop over to the right. So the knees drop to the left and the arms drop over to the right. Again, let's imagine our barber pull. Okay, everything draws in toward the core. And then bring it back to center. And the knees drop and the arms drop, and I look the direction of my hands. Okay, so whichever way my hands go, my head follows. Back to center, and drop and twist. And up to center, and twist. All right. Now, if there are any other exercises or stretches that you can think of that you'd like to do, or if there are any that you want to see me incorporate in a weekend workout in the future, let me know. www.custompilatesandyoga.com to let me know, or you can subscribe to my videos on YouTube and leave me a comment after this video. Thank you very much.